Detroit basketball represented by Hall of Famers. Zeke and G. Hill up too early in the morning. We get a chance. We got Steph here. And obviously so much to talk about on the basketball side. But for you, man, the family element, home, everything that this city means to you, how different and special is this time around because it's here?
It's totally different. It's really surreal being familiar sights, seeing a lot of familiar faces. Same streets I learned to play the game on here in Charlotte, and seeing the energy around the city. It's been fun. Ever since I touched down on the ground Thursday morning, I feel like I've been running crazy. I got to be an Energizer bunny this weekend. Trying to get through it all. It's been fun though.
Steph, I remember when I went back to Chicago, I think it was in '88 for the All-Star game.
Yeah. And
I remember walking into the stadium and just dreaming how when I was a little kid, standing outside, trying to get autographs and not knowing that you would ever have this experience or this day, couldn't even fantasize or wish for it that you would be an All-Star. But I just found it like, for me, that whole weekend was just kind of surreal. How's it feeling for you right now?
It is that I have my family here, my brother, obviously, looking for the three-point contest and all that. We used to be in the backyard, like you said, doing the competitions, they acting like we were all-stars, dreaming about playing in an all-star game.
Yeah. Like that little dude
right there. And so, like, to your point around, those are the dreams and conversations and like putting up shots thinking that I could actually get here, but to have it all come full circle and be back in Charlotte, realizing that dream again, I can't really put it into words yet, just in terms of how big and how monumental of a moment this is for not only myself but my entire family.
Yeah.
Steph, this is your sixth All-Star game, and you get to a point where the rhythm of the weekend, like you figure it out, you have your responsibilities, your obligations, your time with your family, but also, getting your rest because you're in the middle of a season.
Yeah.
You guys have had, have you got to a point now where you sort of have this all-star rhythm and you kind of can figure out how to manage the whole weekend?
Yeah, you learn with experience, and obviously those first 2 years, I think for me, I scheduled so much stuff. Like every hour I was doing something. I was going here, going there, and then you wake up on Sunday night or after the game on Sunday night, you're like exhausted, and then you go back to practice and start, the real part of the season, looking forward to the playoffs. And so, got a little bit more experience in terms of how to slot things throughout the weekend, so I can enjoy myself, because that's part of the thrill of being an all-star. There's so many cool experiences that you get to enjoy, but not running yourself into the ground so that you can get some rest mentally and physically. And when you get back to practice, for us, it would be Wednesday morning, I can hit the ground running knowing, the playoff push is here. And I can celebrate being an all-star too, and that's a good part about it.
Let's go team to individual, because we got 4 former winners in the three-point this year.
Yeah.
You've done it with your Splash brother.
Yeah.
How about this with your real brother? And is he practicing as we speak? You know how badly he's going to want to beat you.
He wants it. I wanted to. I know he's been getting his reps in. But he's talking a big game, especially at the house. He's been shooting the ball unbelievable. I think he's leading the league in three-point percentage this year. And so just knowing the stiff competition, not only just because of him, the other guys in the field, it's going to be tough. But for us to have that type of feel, for me and him to be out there again in Charlotte, in the city our dad played in for 10 years, looking forward to it, man. We got a bet, though. Part of our competition, whoever loses has to buy all the family's tickets for the rest of our career. We play each other. They gotta pick up the tab for the family's tickets. So
that's a big bet.
That's it right there.
That's a big bet.
Yeah.
I like that. Hey, we just had Glenn Rice sitting here, and we talking about some of the greatest shooters ever.
Yeah.
And I asked him this question, and I know the answer already because I saw you at 11 or 12 when you was shooting perfectly. And did you always know that you were a great shooter? And did you always know that you could be hot anytime you needed to shoot it?
From the time I picked up a basketball, I knew like shooting was kind of second nature, like flipping pancakes for me. And I think in terms of just, I always wanted to work at it. I wanted to put the time in. I just loved that feeling, when you got into that rhythm. and you see that net splashing and splashing and splashing. The feeling of getting hot, like that just comes with just experience and being in big moments and understanding what it's like, how your body feels, how your mind feels when the pressure's on. You know you need to make that big shot, and one, not being afraid to take it, because that's a skill too. Understanding you might miss, but that confidence I have when I let it go, I think and I know it's going in.
Now, Glenn Rice said he was hot for a year. Now, me and Grant.
Hot for a year?
Yeah.
A year.
Me and Grant, we was like, okay, we've been in the zone for a quarter. So we don't know what it's like to be in the zone for a year. Like
I might have. I think I might. I know what he's talking about.
He's the only one that can say that right there. See, I just want to know, All-Star game, we like your team, Team Giannis.
Yeah.
I want you to wear our sort of, analyst hat.
Okay.
Why are you guys going to win this All-Star game?
I think we're just so well balanced as a team. We got a little bit of everything. Got a little size. Got some great shooting, great playmaking. Pretty long defensively, so we can clog up a lot of stuff out there. But I like the underdog mentality. I've been hearing the noise since Giannis picked the squad.
KD said Giannis doesn't know how to pick a team, right?
Yeah. So I like being an underdog, and feel like we can come in there and make a huge splash. Like, look at that lineup right there. The way PG's been playing this year, especially as a late Joel, Giannis. Then the two, I guess, call it hometown with Kemba, playing for the Hornets and me being from here. There's just a lot of good feel-good situation around our team. I like it.
I like your team too, because I think your team is gonna do what Grant did. Gonna get some sleep night before and come out and compete.
100%.
I think the other team, they're gonna be on cruise control a little bit.
You gotta jump on them early.
There's too many superstars on that team.
Yes, sir.
Steph, always appreciate it, man. Enjoy this, soak this up as much as you can. Have fun, okay?
Thank you very much.
Always
man,
appreciate it.
sure.
Steph Curry here
Happy
on the
for you,
set.
brother.
Thank you very much.
When we come back.